Wow. This is what the Guardian is reporting this morning on the past 24 hours. Question again is CARICOM working for us at Dominica? That's a big question there. That only our government can answer this point. This Trinidadian Prime Minister saying she's looking outside of CARICOM. Things are going on there. Also, I heard a story this morning that, we should start getting ready and stocking up for this war, which seems imminent in the Caribbean between Venezuela and the USA. I followed a podcast this morning, which seemed very, very interesting. Listen.
A number of issues wound up in here. I know you personally used to serve as a judge advocate in the Air Force. We looked at the JAG manual. Preventative self-defense employed to counter non-imminent threats is illegal under international law. So if we are not at war and these suspected criminals pose no threat of imminent violence, isn't this potentially a war crime to be killing the people on these boats and then to be taking out a leader?
No, not at all. I don't know what manual you're referring to, but I know what President Bush 41 did.
Several groups in the United States of America is urging Caribbean nations to stock up on food supplies because there's an imminent war on the horizon. A lot of Caribbean-based groups in New York, through their congressmen, have been getting various messaging that a war is imminent in the Caribbean. That's with Venezuela. Colombia could be drawn into it as well based on the information. And so they're urging Caribbean governments to alert their people to stock up on food supplies. I don't know how many governments in the region have been doing that, but I know when you listen to the War Hawk, people like Lindsey Graham, and I'll play that video for you in a while, you know that a war is imminent. I can't tell you the date and the time. Nobody will tell you when they're going to attack somebody, really. States do alert states that we plan to strike, but based on what Trump is doing, nobody knows when anything is going to happen. That's just what it is. So your best bet and your best defense is to always prepare. And I'm happy to see people in Trinidad and Tobago. I got messages from St. Lucia this morning, from Grenada, Barbados, Dominica. People have been telling me they're doing their own provision. They're stocking up because the governments are not really saying much. But it is imperative that you do, because whenever any of this pops off, a lot of things will come to a halt for a while. And if you're left without any sort of food stuff for a period of time, you know what can happen. But listen to this War Hawk from Washington.
Friday, Defense Secretary Hegseth ordered the deployment of the Navy's most advanced aircraft carrier, the Gerald Ford, to Latin America. President Trump was asked if he planned to ask Congress for a declaration of war. Take a listen.
I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay, we're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead.
You don't need an aircraft carrier to hit drug boats. Are land strikes planned?
Yeah, I think that's a real possibility. I think President Trump's made a decision that Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, is an indicted drug trafficker, that it's time for him to go, that Venezuela and Colombia have been safe havens for narco-terrorists for too long. And President Trump told me yesterday that he plans to brief members of Congress when he gets back from Asia about future potential military operations against Venezuela and Colombia. So there will be a congressional briefing about a potential expanding from the sea to the land. I support that idea, but I think he has all the authority he needs. Senator Gallego on another network accused President Trump and our military of committing murder by attacking these drug boats. To our men and women in uniform, you're not murdering anybody. You're making America safer by going after a narco-terrorist. You're following lawful orders. When President Bush 41 took Ortega out in Panama, Reagan went into Grenada to deal with the Cuban influence from Grenada in our backyard. He has all the authority in the world. This is
Just to clarify, the examples you're citing also involved ground troops. You said time for Maduro to go.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like regime
Yeah, it
change.
is.
Are you talking about troops on the ground?
I'll let the president speak to that. I'm talking about a briefing that would expand military operations potentially from the sea to the land. It is time for Maduro to go. It was time for Ortega to go. The Monroe Doctrine has been robustly applied by President Trump. So these military assets are moving forward to deal with a country that's got blood on its hands when it comes to Americans by flooding our country with drugs from Venezuela and Colombia. So I hope Maduro would leave peacefully, but I don't think he's going to stay around much longer. Yeah.
Some of your Republican colleagues have been uncomfortable with what little information has been shared with Congress. Take a listen.
But if they want all-out war where we kill anybody and everybody that is in the country of Venezuela or coming out, that has to have a declaration of war. It's something that is not pretty, very expensive, and I'm not in favor of declaring war on Venezuela, but the Congress should vote. The president shouldn't do this by himself.
If this was happening with this level of insight under the Biden administration, I'd be apoplectic.
So that is a clear indication that we are on the cusp of an imminent war in this Caribbean region. And so I see that people are saying the fear of war sparks stockpiling of food essentials in South Trinidad. I'm very happy a lot of folks have called me from Trinidad and they have said to me that they are taking my advice. And the only time in this region when people really prepare and stock up is when hurricanes are coming. But people are taking my advice and I'm very happy for that. Many Trinidadians appear unbothered by the rising tension between the United States and Venezuela. However, according to the Guardian newspaper, some in South Trinidad are quietly preparing for the worst, stockpiling up on groceries and essential supplies in the event war breaks out and TNT is caught in the crossfire. Literally, friends, I'm saying something to you. It's not a joke when I come here and tell you to prepare or to stock up for something. Something imminent is about to take place in this Caribbean region of ours. A lot of people will be left in the dark. A lot of people will be left scrambling when there will not be enough time for you to prepare. All right? The Guardian went on to say the sudden buying spree coincided basically with the arrival of the USS Gravely, which is a guided missile destroyer that docked in Port of Spain on Sunday. This is not going to be a joke. When you hear the war hawks in Washington telling you things are going to happen and there's going to be an invasion, believe them. These people live for war.
All right, Dominica. Something is on our doorsteps. I heard our Prime Minister, of course, speaking last week, saying that we are a peaceful region. And he's hoping that diplomacy prevails, huh? It's 8:52. Hello, talk to me.
Hey, Matt, morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. Under the circumstances. Let me tell you, the clip you just played there, the guy said that he's getting news from the different islands, and he mentioned Dominica that we're preparing in terms of stockpiling food.
Well, I guess I don't know his sources, but he's saying that he spoke to some people on the ground. Are we preparing? I don't know.
Of course not. My brother, we're in celebratory mode. We're in party mode. We going on like it's business as usual. There is no preparation. I don't think the way our people are wired, Matt, our people are abused people. Dominicans are suffering from abuse. It's happening every day. It has been happening for 20-something years. We just stand aside and look. We take everything. We don't fight down anything. So how are we preparing? We don't even prepare for hurricanes that we get every year. So what are we not preparing for no war? So that statement from that thing is misleading, because Dominicans are not preparing. I'm not.
But to ask you the question, do you think they should prepare for what's imminent at this time?
No, I'm telling you, we should be preparing, but we are not preparing. So you're not seeing for yourself, then you don't walk around the streets and see how people behaving. People don't worry about their own livelihoods.
You see one bacchanal.
No, that's what it is, man. And that's the reality. I like to say things as I see it. I don't call things by their wrong name, and I call things by their right name. What I see is what I say. And then people can prove me wrong. If you prove me wrong, I'll come and say, okay, that's not what it is. I apologize. I decided that. But then I am seeing people going about their business as usual. The kinds of money you owed for the festival and the crowds you saw there and the party mode people are in. You're saying people don't worry about this thing. Dominicans don't worry. The majority, I shouldn't say all, but the majority, they're not bothered. The same crowd you're seeing there, if you call these people out on any protest, okay, look at the electoral reform, and you're hearing Hillary talking about all the irregularities that are going on. You're hearing Wayne James talking about all the irregularities. You're hearing what's going on with the reconfirmation. The authorities that making headway to do that. Last minute, you come and change the criteria. No amber certificate. That should enrage your people. And the people just there like it's nothing that's happening, and that is going to affect everybody's life. When you have a demon on the necks of the people and just their benefit, that benefiting and not the people, and the people doing nothing about it.
But he said he said recently. Hold on, Mervyn. He said recently that we're a zone of peace. Would you agree with that?
Brother, we cannot be a zone of peace when a few people standing up for their rights with the same electoral reform and they've been arrested. How that is a zone of peace? My brother, we have to face the reality, and I think a lot of people are so bamboozled, bewitched, sleeping, abused by all this, by this demonic, despotic narcissist, that they don't worry about their own life. They're going by the only charm and the gifts that they're receiving, not realizing it's to their own detriment. That's nonsense we're talking about. That is misleading. I wanted to talk on that. I heard that. And I really, really, really just have to break my silence, because that is very misleading. Dominicans are not preparing for anything. Dominicans are not preparing to maybe change. All right, we're asking for the reform, for total re-registration. What are we getting? We're not getting what we asked for, and the people not doing anything about it. But I'm not upset.
All right, thank you.
This Caribbean must continue to be a zone of peace. We do not want any wars in our region. We solve problems by discussion, by dialogue, with diplomacy, and we sometimes have to agree to disagree, but we must do so peacefully and with respect for each other. Because if a war breaks out in the Caribbean, we will have some serious challenges in our respective countries. And we have an opportunity to prevent this from happening by adding our voices, that reason prevail and common sense come to our being, and let us work out our problems together. And of course, we in Barbados and Dominica, and indeed the wider Caribbean, offer ourselves as intermediators so that we can bring the two forces together. And let us understand that there can be common sense and agreement and disagreement. But we have to ensure that we do not have a situation of our region descending into turmoil. We have to speak to this. And I thank the Prime Minister for her wonderful and strong message yesterday to the Barbados Labour Party and indeed the entire world.
You ask yourself the question, is the Caribbean really a zone of peace? Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes?
Yes, I'm there, man.
Yeah.
I hear Roosevelt Scary calling for you there?
I'm here.
Calling for peace. But before he sees 6 or 7 people gathered together, he's sending for RSS for us. He wants peace with his people in Dominica. That man have too much guts, you hear? Auntie.
On the telephone, hello, talk to me.
Yeah, the statement by the Prime Minister is just pure lie, just
pure hypocritical. This is what I was trying to say some time ago. It's just pure hypocrisy because before a little thing is taking place in Dominica, not even the local police that can deal with it or is being allowed to deal with it. RSS is imported. So how can we be a zone of peace when we're looking forward? It's just because, like I said earlier on, they do not have enough firepower and they are scared. The leaders themselves, they are scared of what is going to happen because there will be no aid for them. It's not like a hurricane coming and a hurricane destroying. It is war. So this is what I have to say for now.
So are you basically supporting Trump and his action?
Well, Trump has to do what Trump has to do, because I'm telling you, all of them are hypocrites. Whether it's America, whether it's Dominica, all those leaders, this is what they are all about. So here I tell you from the Psalms. This is taken from the Psalms. Men of high degree is a lie. Men of low degree is vanity. To be laid together in the balance, they are lighter than vanity. You know what that means? Man is nothing. So when man has power, man thinks he's everything until he realizes that he is nothing. And it is said, and it is written, vanity of vanity, all is vanity. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear. He who has an eye to see, let him see. Figure it out, my brother. Give thanks and praises.
Thank you. And it has been reported that Kamala said she's watching all holes siding with Venezuela. Kamala is actually thinking of moving out of CARICOM at this point. A very interesting development there in the Caribbean, huh? Hello, talk to me, yes.
I say praise, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who have sacrificed their personal safety and security trying to elevate mankind to humanity. Mr. Peterson, blessings to your family.
Blessings to you, blessings.
I give thanks. Not a few things there quickly. Not quite hypocrisy, stupidity, idiocy, or a loss of memory, split personality, cautioning. Even the same Roosevelt, Skerritt, and Anthony Wadias Stefan that committed a crime against Roosevelt, Skerritt, and pin it on Mr. Linton, isn't the same Roosevelt, Skerritt that involved, let me abbreviate it, Matt. I know some people get, I don't want to piss you off. I always making noise. Matt, let me say something. Matt, you know why the RSS is still in Dominica? Do you have a clue, Matt?
Well, basically, from what I gather, they're still on their mission to eradicate drugs from the streets or guns from the streets.
What a idiotic excuse or coincidence. Not me and Motley and all the other gang in the Caribbean where they have the RSS, do they think that serves as an impediment for the U.S. intervention in the Caribbean? Could it be that lunacy, could it be they're suffering with that level of lunacy, Matt? Are they crazy? Matt, Dominica is a peaceful place. Relatively, sporadically, you have a little shooting there, a little slashing there, a little thing. Dominica is a peaceful place. Apart from the criminals in government that are using the police to brutalize the people, and the Prime Minister's wife said that they have Navy SEALs and snipers and underground militia outside of the restriction of the police force. So it's very interesting. Matt Mia, what's the name? Kamala Passad Bissessa. Matt Bob Marley sung a song that will keep echoing for all of eternity, resonating, vibrating. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Can you imagine that? With our miseducation about life and death, our legacy, my power, my money, what people going to say about me? What about my safety? Can you imagine Maduro? I'm going to sacrifice my life for these little specks of dust in the Caribbean when I'm a big Trinidad. We have oil, we have pan, we have Calypso, we have smart paper, What happened to you, boy? We have an accent they haven't gotten, all kind of stupidity. So he's right back into slavery. These intellectual slaves on the plantation of Europe and America, Matt. They rather to betray the cause than stand up for a cause, Matt. That is what that is happening. So Kamala Passad Bisses will figure out, whoa, I jump off it. And it has happened for years, Matt, with cricket. You know it. Politics, everything. Some little stupid peck of dust in a chain of islands in the Caribbean Sea spread out far and wide, well, maybe close enough in close proximity, a chain of islands. And you tell me we are so divided and we keep talking about peace. Now you find it are 4 or 5 criminals that figure out, you know something? Let us organize free travel so we can manipulate the elections for us to stay there forever and ever. But that's the game. So the peace they're asking for is a zone of war. For decades we're living in Cold War, hot war, bloody war, psychological war, prejudicial war. It have all kind of wars being fought among ourselves. We are like drug dealers protecting our turfs, where Trinidad and Barbados think they're better than the whole Caribbean. So if me and them think they live in the RSS here, I am calling on America to come and ask for the drugs Dominica say they get without an arrest. Because I'm hearing half of the drugs already gone. Matt, as a journalist, have you heard that?
Repeat the question again.
I heard from a source half of the drugs already gone.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that one.
Okay, keep your ear glued to the ground, Matt. I pray that you do not do it where people are walking or vehicles are running. I am just saying, Matt, Dominica is a strange, a peculiar people we are. We are strange, odd, and unusual. And the region yet to consolidate the efforts and realize strength is in numbers. Look at happening in stupid political party in Dominica foolishness. And in conclusion, I heard when they asked a broader question, that American guy, and he's saying he's a Republican. But he was saying if it was the Democrats that was doing it, the word he uses, apoplectic, overwhelmed with anger, extreme or extremely indignant or indignant, righteous rage, indignant. So apoplectic, overwhelmed or overcome with rage, extremely indignant. Dominica need to get angry. Dominicans need to get outraged. That's the only way you can get rid of these criminals that are enslaving all you, stealing all your money, lying to all you, now coming and talk about peace, my brother. When that peace comes from your mouth, man to man will mash them up, woman to woman will mash them up. Go to hell. It's not your damn business. Are you afraid in all you are? To pull and all kind of nastiness. Disappear Lennox Linton, all your garbage. Now you want to come and talk about peace? Roosevelt scare it. There will be no peace for the wicked judgment. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. 449-3095-96. A lot of developments there in the region, I have to admit. Somebody says, Matt, this blog is absolutely correct, 100% correct. For days now, I'm listening to a song statement from CARICOM to no avail. The only thing I heard is a zone of peace, and that's just not enough. We are not ready as an individual countries or as a unit. Hence, of course, Kamala is thinking of stepping out, looking outside of the region. Not only that I haven't heard CARICOM on the ravages in Jamaica by Melissa just yet. Hello, talk to me. Wow. Morning to you. Yeah.
Okay, it is in spite of it all. Prophecy, this is part of prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 24 said, and he said, see that you are, he said that, and you will hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famine, pestilence, and earthquake in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So when people say peace, sudden destruction comes, war. You understand? So we just have to take heed of the word We hear on the radio, get read on the papers, and we get reading the word of God. Most of us get reading the word of God. God bless you. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you. Somebody's asking, should the Minister of National Security be speaking out regarding the imminent war at our doorsteps in this moment? Why the silence, Mr. Blackmore? Somebody's asking you to speak. The zone of peace in these days resembles chaos, and out of chaos, authoritarian power arises. Hello, talk to me, yes? Sorry about that. Let's move on. 909, hello, yes.
Hello, good morning, Matt.
My brother, how you doing?
Matt, I'm doing good, Matt. But, Matt, I do support the notion that the Caribbean is a zone of peace, Matt. Matt, there are individuals in government that want to cling on to government at any cost. Matt, you remember when opposition leader and one or two of his colleagues flew to Guyana for rescue when Roosevelt Skerritt, the man that claims the Caribbean is a zone of peace, was persecuting them, Matt? And CARICOM turned their back on us. Our leadership went to Guyana. They had a meeting up there to say, look, we are being falsely accused of overthrowing the government. Let us sit down and discuss the matter. Come in and see what is taking place. And they turned their back. And you have them guys in Venezuela trapping up the Skerritt-led administration. I am aware of the planes that used to come there in the night. When there was extending Mendenhall Airport, the Venezuelans, they used to come there in the night with plane loads of this and that. Nobody knows it, or it's alleged that they used to come in with campaign material for elections to prop up the Labour Party in government. Now they're talking about zone of peace. I am depending on the Americans to deal with the Venezuelan issue. The Venezuelan issue, we cannot follow them for a bucket of oil. We cannot follow Venezuela for a couple buckets of oil. And we don't know where the money is going. One or two politicians associated with the ruling party benefits from the association with Venezuela and the bucket of oil they were getting. You cannot have a country because the people weak and they like drugs that you must just flood the market with cocaine to kill the population because you can't face them. I see some old men, ageable men, they're signing up to fight the Americans. They don't remember what Saddam Hussein was preparing for and claimed he had the fourth largest army in the world. You can't beat America. America is preparing for war. The build-up that is taking place in the Caribbean there is a preparation for war to change our government. So we have to brace ourselves. I brace myself. Nothing much I can do. I have my little planting and Tanya to harvest, Matt. Nothing much I can do in terms of preparation. But I am satisfied that the Americans are going to send a message to Caribbean leaders that you mustn't cling on to power at any cost, that a handful of persons mustn't benefit from government policy, that you cannot be running a country and all of the jobs are for Chinese. All of the jobs are for Chinese while the people suffer, while the middle class continue to go down. The Caribbean is not a zone of peace. I wish it was, but I'm happy that the Americans are preparing for what they're preparing for, Matt. Thank you.
Somebody just sent a message. Man, this hypocrites. Let me continue to read that message there. Using CARICOM when their backs are against the wall. Where was CARICOM when RSS brutalized the innocent people in CARICOM, in Salisbury, 2 days before an election in 2019, December? Secondly, Dominicans mostly will regret not making America their number one priority. They will understand the importance of eat what you grow what you eat if this war breaks out. There will be no imports or nothing. And there will not be enough in Dominica to feed the Dominican citizens. Will they eat the CBI money? It's on our doorsteps. Look at the implications, the repercussions. On the telephone, are you there? Yes, sorry about that. Let's move on. It's 9:13 in the morning. We have to stop coming up at 9:30. Hello, yes?
Hey, man, good morning.
My brother, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad now. Yeah, good. I'm only on. Mad, the bomb man, did you hear anybody call for peace? The bomb, they said to go with Clinton. Did you hear anybody call for peace? They said the blood of Dominica will be on their shoulders. Did you hear anybody call for peace? These guys are hypocrites. Donald Trump, first time I'm citing this in history. My brother, yeah, do your work, sir. Yeah, thank you very much.
My brother, Maduro days are over like yesterday. The Kaaba better take note because the fallout is going to be unimaginable. CARICOM days are numbered. But I just heard this morning that Kamala Prasad said she doesn't want to be a part of CARICOM anymore. She signed in with outside countries like the U.S. Hello, talk to me. That's a big signal there. Is CARICOM falling apart? Hello, talk to me. Yes? Yes? Hello? Hello? Nobody there. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Now, let me tell you, if Scary is asking for peace, you know that we have peace on dogs and cats too. So it is that he's asking for. Hello?
All right. Are you done?
Yes.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Carl, thank you very much. Maduro needs to step down because not even China is going to come in and aid him. Trump and Xi Jinping has a successful meeting at APEC yesterday, so watch out. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yeah, greetings, brethren.
My brother, how you doing?
And greetings, Dominica. My brother, with all what's going on, I'm going to ask you on many Dominicans, they have to be careful who they support. Because many of our transactions that come to Dominica come from where? America. So you all in Dominica supporting China and Venezuela, whereas many of your barrels and MoneyGram and money orders, Western Union coming from America. And I'm telling honestly, I support America 100% because I live in America. I work in America. So I can't go and support China and I'm living up here. Never happened. And I'm like, nah. So we have to be careful the sides that we take, my brother. I'm serious. Because a lot of things that going on, and the Prime Minister have got to be careful of things. Because look like I read the same thing you said about the Trinidadian Prime Minister. She's looking out for herself. Because you see what's going on in the rest of the Caribbean islands. They're looking out for themselves. And it's the big boys that run things. So she take herself out. So what are they going to do right now? Because she decides she have to take a side and she's not going to take their side. So we have to be mindful. The Prime Minister, where his children was born, while he was Prime Minister, children was born in America. So the hypocrisy in things that people do. You know what I'm saying? But whatever happened is the sign of the time. Dominicans, watch yourself and take care of your country, because Dominica could have been further than where it is right now. We are sovereign state. We're supposed to stand for each other to see that we have a better country. If the Prime Minister not doing what he's supposed to do, put somebody else in to run the country. We have water flowing in the sea and importing water. What is that? What are you doing about that? Come on. The world needs water. A lot of places need water. The Virgin Islands and them need water. Have a blessed day, brother.
Have a blessed day. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good morning, Matt, again. Matt, Venezuela have no use for us. All the oil Venezuela give us, Matt. What did we get? We get the oil. But what did it profit us, Matt? Who profited from the oil Venezuela gave us, Matt? You know, Matt?
You should answer the question yourself.
We didn't from the drum, didn't get nothing from it. Venezuela forgave $200 million. Dominica owe them for their oil. What did it profit us? Nothing. So if today everything we get in America, Carrie White went to America and make her 2 children. So why she go to Venezuela? She should go to Venezuela to make her 2 children. She had both children been born in the United States of America as the wife of a prime minister for a country.
what does that say to us, Matt? Mr. Trump, it's time for you to take on Maduro there. Maduro wasn't elected to be where he is there today.
So you with Trump this morning, Blue. You was Trump.
Matt, I was Trump this morning, but I know now I want Trump to take on Maduro where he is there. Because Maduro is sitting down there illegal. And when you finish, come down to Dominica, because we have an illegal prime minister in the country doing what the hell he wants with our CBI money, our passport. Thousands of people have our passport, and we're not seeing the benefit of it. Mr. Trump, do what you have to do. Next, Dominica.
Blue, careful what you ask for. Hello, 919. Hello.
Matt, I just want to set something straight. Matt, I do not support America over Venezuela. I do not support Venezuela over America. My blessed Dion, and it's not your head, that is what that was on my thoughts all the time, Matt. When history are written, I do not want anybody to say blessing supported America. No. Matt, I support karma. I support justice. Because karma is a strange be the same act. And it need not your invitation or your justification. Karma is merciless. Is whatever a man sows, so shall he reap. So you listen to Scary talking about peace. I asked that question, Matt. He took all. He took the whole. What percentage of the whole he want to give us? When he said peace, it is quite vague. If you're looking to give back a percentage of what you stole, then you will tell me, I'll give you 50% back, all you, 3/4 of it or something. Peace of what? We do not want your peace, my brother. We want it all because it is ours, Matt. That is what you call a level of sarcasm there, Matt. But basic common sense, if people have understanding, as all you say, Skerrit and them is too evil. Not for the war Skerrit have waged against the opposition in Dominica, Matt. Not for somebody to listen to Skerrit with the same mouth, Matt, speaking on the both sides of his mouth and whistling down the middle simultaneously. Criminally so, asking for peace. Because guess what? He feels threatened. He's discombobulated, quite uncomfortable, shaking from side to side, Matt. Like when you put clothes in a washing machine. Skerrit, let me tell you something, my brother. Dominicans, prayer alone will not cut it. Now is the time in its most vulnerable state. I know you have RSS here. He knew exactly what was going to happen in the Caribbean waters. So they're bringing RSS with the so-called clean sweep. They get how much drugs to show America how clean they are. Request for America to come and get the drugs, Skerrit. Skerrit, show some repentance, Skerrit. If you find you want peace and you want love and everything now, give back what you stole and tell us what percentage you're willing to give. We do not want peace. Thank you.
Somebody says, Matt, now his true pool is in trouble. He's calling for peace. But he has been raging war on the citizens who chose to stand up against him. Tanto. 9:22 is the morning time. Somebody says Maduro needs to stand down. He has a chance to step down and avoid the conflict. Hello, talk to me, yes?
1925. March 19 or April 19. Which one of them I can remember? We, the people of Dominica, the couple of us stood up for what we knew and we know was right, having proper electoral reform. Skerrit and Blackmore make a law, an antiquated law, to therefore say us, imprison us. Huh? You asking for peace, man? You don't know what is peace? Hypocrite, you hypocrite. What we did, standing up in the streets, your police turn on us, send tear gas and rubber bullets.
You're asking for peace? You don't know what the hell is peace. And I agree with Kamala. Kamala is a woman. Mayor Mott is a man. Kamala is a woman. So she's standing up because she's the only woman in the Caribbean as a prime minister. So she's standing up because she knows CARICOM is a boys' club. The eyes have it. Bye-bye.
Somebody else says the time for peace and communication for a resolution is over. America is not going to move all those assets without the expected results. The time for peace talk was given when to Roosevelt Skerritt when he was first invited to Florida and then Washington, where Roosevelt failed to give the Americans what they wanted. It cost too much to move all those assets for the Americans to leave empty-handed. That's a WhatsApp message. As we continue to see what seemed imminent in the Caribbean, the war versus America and Venezuela. It's a ticking time bomb at this time. Somebody said, zone of peace, we are on Alva Island. We need to stand up for Venezuela. Petrocarib give us... I'm trying to understand that. Petrocarib gave us the Petrocarib minister so much. So we cannot be afraid of America. Alva all the way. I know that's a very sarcastic comment there. Coming from the president. Hello, talk to me, yes? 925, yes? Hello? Nobody there. Let's move on. We have a few minutes before we take our first stop there this morning. Hello, yes?
Ooh, Matt, good morning.
How you doing, my brother? How are you?
I'm good, Matt. Matt, you got to give me the number for the priority line so I can get in as easily as some of the callers.
There's no priority line. I guess they've been doing that for all the time. So they may know some technique. I'll ask them to pass it on to you. Hello. Good.
Matt, let's take a little trip of the Caribbean, Matt. And the first thing I can tell you is that we have not only the leaders, but everybody in the Caribbean. We need to change it from a zone of peace to a zone of hypocrites. Matt, what is America's beef with Venezuela?
What's the beef?
What is their beef with Venezuela? What's the problem? They say Maduro is a drug dealer.
Yes,
right?
they say that. Yeah, so yes, I've heard that.
So we are holding Maduro responsible for the drug problem for the Caribbean and America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let us accept that. Let us go to Haiti. Is Haiti a part of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Is that part of an area where they want to be a zone of peace?
Of course, we need to be a zone of peace in Haiti for a long time, many years.
Nobody's moving a finger to help Haiti from its crisis, not even America. No. You have people in Haiti, Matt, who cannot buy a bread for their daily, for their dinner. But they have some firearms that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Haiti doesn't produce firearms. They come from America. Are we going to hold America and Trump responsible for the firearms that are infiltrating the Caribbean and for which many deaths are associated, if not all? If we want to hold Maduro responsible for the drug trade, let us hold America responsible for the firearm trade likewise. A few years ago, Jamaica had a consultation with America in relation to that, saying, look, you need to stop. And I think there was even a case that was contemplated against America for the guns coming to the Caribbean and causing so much of mayhem. So we cannot just look at Maduro because we have a problem with him, and let us not blame Maduro for the corruption in Dominica. I heard the farmer, the gentleman who's from the north, the farmer who said he has his tiny and his thing to harvest, and they are speaking that where is the money that was given by Maduro. But we cannot hold Maduro responsible for that. Let us hang Skerritt. If he forgave our debt, Skerritt must tell us where that money is gone to. And we must not hold Maduro responsible for it. If we hold Maduro responsible for the drugs in the Caribbean, likewise, we must hold America responsible for the guns. If we say the Caribbean is a zone of peace, Haiti is a part of the zone of peace, and nobody in the Caribbean is doing anything about it. We cannot be double standard and just side America for Omega, right? America has more issues than a pregnant nun.
Why are we thinking that they are the savior? Why are we allowing them to just walk into the Caribbean and thinking that they are the gods? Why are we not saying, okay, what would we say if one of the countries were to open up their borders to China, to say, China, okay, you can have all your missiles, all your weapons, all your warships, everything in Caribbean too. What would we say? Is it provocation? Let us be fair. America does not have the right to police the whole world. If we want the Caribbean to be a zone of peace, we are the ones who have to make it a zone of peace. We have to protect our borders. America wants to protect our borders when it's convenient for them, not when it's convenient for us.
Do you somewhat Kamala processor there as it relates to breaking away from CARICOM?
Well, Matt, for a long time, CARICOM has always been what you call a boys club, a joint session where they go and smoke their marijuana. And what they do is not look how long CARICOM has been there. We tried to have a court of justice, Caribbean Court of Justice, and we can only get 3 members to actually do it. So CARICOM really is not serving any purpose. How can we say we have a CARICOM Court of Justice that is headquarters in Trinidad, and Trinidad is not a part of it? So they have long seen CARICOM as useless, while some of us are diving in blindly. Dominica dived blindly into the Caribbean Court of Justice because they were afraid of the lawlords in England. The lawlords do not know anybody, but they want to manipulate the laws and the system, so they jump into the Caribbean Court of Justice. What has CARICOM been doing for us? The same CARICOM has turned their back on Haiti. Haiti is suffering. Haiti has a government that is, can we call the government democratically elected? We cannot say that. Dominica is using the small CARICOM in the OECS to keep a corrupt government in power. So CARICOM is just being used conveniently when we want it. So I don't blame Camilla for backing of CARICOM. It is not serving any purpose. It is a thing of convenience that when each other wants to use it, they call on it CARICOM. But it's not serving us any purpose, Matt. If it is serving us a purpose, let us tell Venezuela, okay, let us do diplomacy with Venezuela. Say, okay, we think that your drugs are infiltrating our region. Let us do better in our borders. And then let us go up to Haiti and say, look, well, not Haiti, let's go to America and say, look, I'm a CARICOM territory. Let's speak to America and say, look, your guns are causing mayhem in our region. Can you stop it? They're not stopping it. Those guns, as I said again, Haitians who cannot afford a meal have the most expensive guns. How do they get them? Where do they come from? It's no different from the drugs that is killing the same thing.
All right, my brother. Thank you. 931. Okay, we have to respect each other's opinion. Somebody's asking, when is the elections in St. Vincent? November 27th, I think. So he's asking what? Let's see if the RSS is going to be deployed over there. I have to wait and see. But it seems imminent that, as I said, we have war on our doorsteps, huh? Hello, talk to me, yes? Get ready. Are you there? Caller, are you there? Nobody there. Yes, elections in St. Vincent, November 27th. Hello, are you there? Yeah.
Matt, can you request a song I'm requesting a song for Dominicans, Matt. Jimmy Cliff. Do you have an idea what song it is, Matt?
The House of Exile. Thank you.
Matt, when you get a chance, play that for Dominicans, please, and request. And for Skerrit and Melissa and Blackmore. Thank you.
Our next stop is with, of course, Esmat. Stick around. I think this is a song that Mr. Blessings was requesting there a few minutes ago. This one there from Jimmy. Jimmy Cliff. Not this one there, not this one, this one, this one. Let's see if we can get it out. What's going on? Come on. Next up, S-Man.
There's a day of feasting and a day of famine. Sadness and a day of joy.
Stick around for S-Man.
A day of feasting. Life is just a little daylight toy. See a day when you least suspected. You thought you were well protected. And now you feel like a fish out of water. So now you're wondering what's the matter. Oh, you said it wouldn't happen to you. Now you're thinking how to start from you. Just strong. You ain't born, but you wouldn't take heed. Everything creation must obey a law. Doing what is indeed. Yeah, you would have come down to. Remember to reap what you sow. Simple truth, everybody knows. Watching you now on your life.
Just pass by Esma to pick up my diabetes tablet.
Esma selling snacks and groceries, not those many.
No, the new Esmart pharmacy I'm talking about. Yes, not too long they open. They have all kinds of medicine there. The price is good. They even testing your pressure for free. And they have drive-through too.
Drive-through pharmacy? Well, I'll check you. We'll pick up your tablet for the Esmart pharmacy drive-through.
Esmart Pharmacy, the new, warm, and convenient pharmacy in town, located in the Esmart parking lot. Experience care and convenience like never before.
For decades, Springfield Trading Limited has provided Dominica with a very trusted distribution platform of the highest quality, best prices. Every day can't do without products and consumer brands. And as the Springfield Trading wheels of distribution continue to turn, we serve this nation with distinction on all levels, supported by a unique merchandising service, serving all major accounts across Dominica, the best daily distribution mobile network, and a dedicated support team. It is no doubt that Springfield Trading is being saluted for its market service confidence, efficiency, and consistency. With quality in everything, Springfield Trading is providing the brands you know and have come to trust, depend, and rely on with glowing confidence. Distributors for holiday foods, Grab a Holiday, Fruta, Real Fruit Juice, Juiced Right, Buster. You've gotta have a Buster. Chubby, Everyday Sunday, Colgate, A World of Care, Crooks Biscuits, your vital supplies, Cadbury Chocolate. Makes every day delicious. And so many more products. Only from Springfield Trading Limited, where quality is.
Be safe and be prepared. Be a smart shopper this hurricane season. Shop at S-Mart and get the essential hurricane supplies in one stop. A smart shopper will ensure his hurricane supplies include Creeks Vital Supplies, Spotless Bleach for purifying water and treating of mosquitoes, Oasis bottled water, lanterns, flashlights, and long-lasting Duracell batteries to power your equipment and radio. A variety of canned and preserved foods and grocery items, personal and healthcare items. The hurricane season is worry enough. Worry less. Shop smart at S-Mart and ensure that you have all the supplies to weather the storm before, during, and after.
Turbo energy drink. We charge up with Turbo. Turbo. We drinking Turbo. Turbo. We charge up with Turbo. We charge up. Need energy. Your vibes feel low. Charge up. Drink a Turbo with ginseng blend. Charge up. At a party or chilling with your friend. Charge up. Turbo energy drink set the trend. Charge up. Grab one at your favorite spot. Value for money wherever you shop. Charge up. We charge up with Turbo. Turbo. We drinking Turbo. Turbo. The ultimate energy drink. Charge up now.
S-Mart Pharmacy, care for the family. Come on in, we'll treat you right. Got your remedy, stay right. Need your medication, we'll fill your prescription. Satisfaction guaranteed. S-Mart Pharmacy, call if you're on the go. Pick up at the drive-through window, in the community. S-Mart Pharmacy. S-Mart Pharmacy on Goodwill Road. Call 235-2328. Satisfaction guarantee. S-Mart Pharmacy.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Shop smart at S-Mart. It's on Lotto.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart at S-Mart. Top up flow. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart at S-Mart. Much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
All right, good morning to you, Rosemary. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, Matt, and let me say that I'm feeling great this morning, Matt.
Feeling great.
Oh, yeah, Matt. Today is a beautiful day in Dominica, and I must say that it has been good in Dominica. It's very busy now, Matt. Lots and lots of visitors in Dominica. It's a good time.
So you have been eating Creole all the season?
Oh, yes, I've been eating Creole. I've been sharing with friends. I've been meeting lots and lots of Dominicans. So it's a great time, Matt. It's
Apparently,
a time to...
you're not invited. I'm only your friends. You're not inviting me yet.
Matt, you know, of course, you're always invited, Matt. You know that.
I'm just joking.
Yes, Matt. So this morning, I just want to say special good morning to my friend Greg in Miami. I know you are always listening, Greg. So I want you to enjoy the program this morning. This morning, I just want to say good morning to everyone, everybody who is in Dominica and you have never been to S-Mart. I want to say to you that S-Mart is ideally located on the E.O. Liebler Highway. It is next to E.H. Charles and Company. It is next to DeWitt Center. And you just can't miss S-Mart. The beautiful green and white building. I tell you, the big gate, the white gate is always wide open. And what's good about S-Mart? You have all the parking space you can think of. And you have parallel parking. And I can say to you, when you park, you do not have to be worrying about your vehicle because it's safe. Also, just to say to you that at S-Mart, that's the place where you can pay all your bills. Imagine you do not have to go down to Roseau to pay bills. You just go to S-Mart and you pay all your bills. And also, everybody's trying to win fast money. And I can tell you, if you want to win a fast money through Lotto, that's the place to be, S-Mart. Okay, so, today, we must think of tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Of course, we know tomorrow is Friday. And I can tell you, Creole Day in Dominica. That's a big day. That's a day you have to think of eating. And not just eating, good food. I don't think anyone will be out of the good food tomorrow. I can tell you at SMAT, we are well prepared for the good food. And I want you to go down to SMAT and get prepared for all the food. Yes. What do we have at SMAT? Well, I can tell you tomorrow is not a day for rice. Tomorrow is not a day for just eating any kind of soup. Tomorrow is a day to have your codfish. Tomorrow is the day to have the salted pollock. Tomorrow is the day that you want to have all your smoked herring. I know there are some persons who still like the old way. They want to roast that smoked herring. And I know some persons who do not want to roast smoked herring. They want the smoked herring fillet. So when you go down to SMAT, it's available. It's awaiting you. Now, we can't think of our pig snouts. We know we have pig snout, so we can't miss pig snout because some persons tomorrow will be making their broth and they want pig snout. Also, we know that tomorrow is the day for smoked meat because you want to eat tasty broth, so you want to get your smoked wings, you want to get your smoked drumstick, and you want to get your smoked pig snout. I can tell you that the smoked pig snout, it is very tasty in the broth, so you can't miss it. Also, you want to get your smoked turkey. If you go down to SMAT, you will get smoked turkey. You also want to get your cow feet. You want to get your pork feet to make your sauce. And I know everybody loves their sauce. And what's good about the pork feet at SMAT, it is not cut too small. I know some person don't want no little piece of sauce in their mouth. When you are eating sauce, you want to know it's sauce you are eating. So you need to make your way to SMAT to get your pig feet and your cow feet because you want some enjoyment. Also, there are some persons who love their gizzard and you want to eat big gizzard. So you are looking for turkey gizzard. You can also get your chicken gizzard, but I know most persons go for the big gizzard. So you go down to SMAT and you get that. Also, we have goat meat. If you want to make a goat water, I mean on a day like tomorrow, you want to make a good goat water. So go down to SMAT and get your goat meat. Also, you want to make your lamb. I know some persons, they love lamb because, you know, lamb is a special taste. So you want to have that tomorrow. And tomorrow is the day also that you want to cook your fish because there are some persons who do not eat meat. All they eat is fish. We make preparation for everyone so you can get your dolphin. If you want to get your dolphin head, you can also get the head at SMAT. It is cut, and I know some persons who like to chew the head because it is really, really tasty. So you can get that at SMAT at, I can tell you, very, very low price for the head. Also, you want to get your tuna, and we have our tuna. It is well cut, the slices, and so it is just ready to go in the pot. So you can get that. If you want to fry it, you can do it that way also. But I always talk about the kingfish because I can remember growing up as a child, we would get lots and lots of kingfish. But we know it have been scarce. But at SMAT, we ensure that we get kingfish because we want everybody, the visitors in Dominica, to get something different. So come to SMAT and enjoy that kingfish when you cook it at home. We also want to get the marlin. Some people love their marlin and it is available. Also, we want to get the big lobsters. I can tell you, you want some big lobster tail. You don't want to eat no small tail. You want a big tail to enjoy. Go down to S-Mart and take advantage. Also, you want to ensure that when you go to S-Mart and you get all these fish and meat to make the broth, is not rice you're going to make broth with. We know we can't use rice. So we want to get the real thing. So you want to get your dashing. And I can say to you, we ensure that the dashing we have at S-Mart is dry dashing. If you are spending money to buy dashing, you will spend to get dry dashing. So go down to S-Mart and take advantage. Also, we have tania. So you can get big tanias. Tanias that you can cut any size that you feel that's good for you. And also, you want to get some good sweet potatoes, because we all know that sweet potatoes, they are very, very healthy. So healthy food. So go down to S-Mart. And also, if you can get some good yams. So if you want to make that broth, go down to S-Mart. Now, let me say to you, while you are cooking, if you have high blood pressure and you want to cook all these, you need to think of something that is good for your high blood pressure. So Christophine, let me say to you, we have Christophine, and I'm ensuring that we have Christophine because I need Christophine myself for my high blood pressure. And let me just say to you, it is working. The Christophine is really doing me good for my high blood pressure. So please, if you have high blood pressure, hurry down to S-Mart. Take advantage. Get your Christophine because that's what you need. It is available at S-Mart. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Be safe and be prepared. Be a smart shopper this hurricane season. Shop at S-Mart and get the essential hurricane supplies in one stop. A smart shopper will ensure his hurricane supplies include Crick's Vital Supplies, Spotless Bleach for purifying water and treating of mosquitoes, Oasis bottled water, lanterns, flashlights, and long-lasting Duracell batteries to power your equipment and radio. A variety of canned and preserved foods and grocery items, personal and healthcare items. The hurricane season is worry enough. Worry less. Shop smart at S-Mart and ensure that you have all the supplies to weather the storm before, during, and after.
Turbo energy drink. We charge up with Turbo. Turbo. We drinking Turbo. Turbo. We charge up with Turbo. We charge up. Need energy. Your vibes feel low. Charge up. Drink a Turbo with ginseng blend. Charge up. At a party or chilling with your friend. Charge up. Turbo energy drink set the trend. Charge up. Grab one at your favorite spot. Value for money wherever you shop. Charge up. We charge up with Turbo. Turbo. We drinking Turbo. Turbo. The ultimate energy drink. Charge up now.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop
Smart.
all my favorite shops.
Smart. Top of flow. Smart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Smart. Much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices. Smart at S-Mart.
S-Mart Pharmacy, care for the family. Come on in, we'll treat you right. Got your remedies day and night. Need your medication, we'll fill your prescription. Satisfaction guaranteed. S-Mart Pharmacy, call if you're on the go. Pick up at the drive-through window, in the community. S-Mart Pharmacy.
S-Mart Pharmacy on Goodwill Road. Call 235-2328.
Satisfaction guaranteed. S-Mart Pharmacy.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop at S-Mart. Oh, my favorite show.
Smart. Top of flow. And digital. Smart.
Sunday, Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart. Much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Smart. You get the best prices. Smart and Smart.
Back to you, Rosemary.
Yes, so just to let you know, if you are making your food preparation, you want to ensure that you get all your cheese at SMAT. You can get your grass fed. And I know there are many persons you are very concerned about what you are eating. You know that your health is your responsibility. So go down to SMAT and get your grass fed. It's very nutritional. We have the Philadelphia original cream cheese. And we have all different types of cream cheese. So no matter what you want to do, it is available at SMAT. We also have ricotta cheese. Now, I know many persons, you want to get different things for your breakfast or, different things that you want to get for your dinner. It's a lot. It's a lot we have at SMAT. So when you go down to SMAT, just ensure that you go from different aisles and you will get everything. If you come across SMAT and you are in SMAT, you are looking for a product and you cannot find the product, let me just say to you that we are there to assist you. Feel free to ask about the product. Now, like I said, we know that tomorrow it's Creole Day. Tomorrow is a day to enjoy ourselves. Tomorrow is a day to look pretty in our WAP duets. It doesn't matter what we put on tomorrow. We have to have our mouche. We have to be looking great because, we are Dominicans, right? And we love Dominica. I always say if everybody loves Dominica like Rosemary, well, we will stay in our country. Do like Rosemary. Live and stay in your country. If you leave, you go away, ensure that you come back to Dominica. Dominica is the most beautiful island. So come back to Dominica. So if we are in Dominica and tomorrow is Creole Day, we want to get something to drink. Remember, we have everything to eat already, but we want to have something good to drink. So what are we going to drink? Well, I will say to you, if you go down to SMAT, you will get the drink. Let me just say to you, you can get your BB rum at SMAT. And of course, we have everything that's going with the BB rum. Also, when you are thinking of mixing the BB rum with something, what is the first thing that's going to come to your mind? Well, it's the pink grapefruit. When you put that pink grapefruit with that BB rum, the entire thing change. And it's just drink you want to drink. So that's why I'm saying to you, it's available at SMAT. Now you can get at SMAT your soca rum. And all these rums, these are rums that, you can get made in Dominica. At Belfast Estate, you get your Red Cap rum. And Red Cap is Maho, is in Maho. You can think of getting Red Cap, special to the Maho people, Red Cap. And I can say to you, you can get your strong rum. There is a rum that's very, very strong. It's called the Overproof Soca. Also, you can get your BB Spice. Imagine you are drinking the BB, but it's different than the straight BB because that it has spice. I can tell you how tasty it is with the spice. And we all know spice is good to drink. Now, when you go down to SMAT, you will get your special rum. Let me remind you of the El Dorado rum. Everybody loves El Dorado. You have El Dorado 5 years, you have El Dorado 12 years, you have El Dorado 15 years, and you also have El Dorado 21 years. What I love about El Dorado, because of the quality of the product, is the price. The price is just right. Quality for less. So you see why you have to hurry down to S-Mart and take advantage of the opportunity that you are getting. Now, before I close, I always talk to my farmers. They are very special, and I always say thank God to all the farmers in Dominica that's working, because we know that the food that is good for us to eat is the local food, the local fruits. These are the things that we need. If you go down to S-Mart right now, you will get the largest selections of fruits like oranges, grapefruit, tangerine, mandarin, dry coconut, ripe bananas, green bananas, just name it. It is available at S-Mart. But I say hats off to the farmers to just ensuring that we get it. Now, farmers, today is a special day, and let me just say to you, we need tomatoes at S-Mart. So all what you have, if you have 3 crates, 5 crates, 6 crates, bring it down to S-Mart because we are in need of it. And we know that all our customers want to get it. And we need chive, parsley, and celery. Chive, parsley, and celery. We need sweet potatoes. We need yams. We need string beans. And we need cassava roots. Cassava roots. So if you have cassava roots in your garden, we need it at S-Mart. So let me just say, you call Rian, who is our purchasing manager. You call her on telephone number 275-2367, 275-2367. And in closing, let me just say to you that I love you very much, and I want you to enjoy Creole Day tomorrow. And I look forward in seeing you and serving you at S-Mart, your favorite supermarket.
Needs at the best prices in Dominica. Shop at S-Smart. Shop smart at S-Smart.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart at S-Mart. Get a top up flow and digital. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart at S-Mart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited docking. All the best products at S-Smart. You get the best prices. Smart at S-Smart.
All right, Dominica. We'll continue the discussion there until our next stop with Eastside Trading this morning. But we were reminded again earlier this week from the UN ambassador, of course, a seasoned diplomat, that this war is spoken about imminent. And the Caribbean must get ready. We spoke to former UN ambassador. I want to share again, Mr. Crispin Gregoire.
On Sunday, a U.S. warship, which is described as a destroyer, docked in Port of Spain port, and then on Friday, the U.S. Pentagon stated that the largest aircraft carrier, the largest ship in the U.S. Navy, which is called the Gerald Ford, is on the way from the Mediterranean into the Caribbean Sea. the Caribbean Sea is hot. It's hot. Well, it's hot from climate change, but it's really hot with military activity. There are about 13 U.S. warships in the Caribbean Sea right now.
You say 13, 1, 3?
Yes.
1, 3?
13.
Wow.
1, 3. Yeah, 1, 3. And then when the aircraft carrier arrives, which is likely to arrive from Friday, they said the shortest number of days at full throttle, full speed, it would take 7 days to arrive in the Caribbean Sea. Now, when that, I believe that will be an important milepost to watch. When that ship arrives in the Caribbean Sea, I think the preparations will be complete. And we can expect, from what I'm reading now, what I'm hearing from Washington, we can expect a land invasion because the U.S. is also, they're looking at putting troops down. There are 10,000 U.S. troops in the Caribbean right now. Most of them are in bases in Puerto Rico, some in St. Croix, a small number in St. Thomas. But think about it, 10,000 U.S. troops stationed, and then on the ships, you have 2,000 U.S. troops on the ships.
Wow.
The aircraft carrier, Matt, that's coming has 75 bombers on them, including the B-52 bomber, which is one of the largest bombers you can have in your arsenal. And the U.S. has a fleet of that on these ships. Matt, what really worries me and concerns me is why all of that military power, why all of that weaponry? I'm beginning to see a superpower rivalry with the Russians and the Chinese. And the Russians are important, Matt, in all of this. And that is starting around 2018, when the first Trump administration was there, they had prepared the military intervention into Venezuela, but President Trump was overtaken by events in the Middle East and Iran, and consequently, before we knew it, his time was up. And then they didn't do it. But there were plans then for military intervention into Venezuela. Now, one wonders, it's not just Maduro's so-called bad governance, but it has to do with the oil resources. You see, under President Chavez, the oil of
Venezuela
was nationalized. President Chavez basically said that the oil resources of Venezuela must be for the Venezuelan people. And that is the crux of the problem we have today, in that the American corporations, they lost out when Chavez kicked them out. You know, Venezuela has the largest deposit of oil anywhere in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. And U.S. corporations, they want to control that oil again, and they're pushing Trump to do that. And so
the question is, before you go on, Crispin, Venezuela has so much oil. So why is so much suffering in Venezuela?
Well, Matt, they tried to address it. I must say that, you know, President Chavez did start to redirect the oil money to improve the lives of the Venezuelan people. But Washington didn't like that, because what they were afraid of, if Venezuela succeeds with its oil resources under their control, then the other countries that have oil that matter, like Nigeria, like Angola, like Iraq, like Saudi Arabia, they will now do the same. And that is the worry of the United States. And that's the crux of the problem we have today. So it's a bigger thing than just Maduro. It's much bigger than that. And so I was going to say about the Russians. So when the President Trump put sanctions on Venezuela, in around 2018. And during his first term, they were very hard on Venezuela. And Venezuela started to have problems getting spare parts for the oil industry. So they turned to Russia. And Russia offered them two things. One is cooperation in oil development, and two, weaponry for their own defense and their security. So we are hearing now that there are a lot of Russian weapons in Venezuela, and I think part of what is looking at is to destroy, the U.S. wants to destroy Venezuela's capability, and then there's a conflict with Russia there. I mean, there's that larger picture, and that is why I think that big buildup is not just against Maduro. Yes, they want to remove Maduro, but they also want to make sure that the Russians don't have any foothold there and the Chinese have no foothold in the Caribbean. That is what is at stake right now, man.
So the Russia might be drawn into this war, if you will, or the pending tension.
They already drawn into it because they're the ones who've been supplying Maduro with weapons and spare parts for the oil industry. And further, the Chinese have invested. The Chinese have also invested in the Venezuelan oil industry too. So we have three powers that are contending, and the U.S. is in their backyard, and the Russians are not saying anything now, but they're very much present.
But
I'm
supposed to ask a question because we heard that our Prime Minister in Barbados at a summit there, I think, for the Labour Party, saying that they want to take part in the discussion, but they want to discuss peace between these two countries. I wanted you to listen to the Prime Minister.
This Caribbean must continue to be a zone of peace. We do not want any wars in our region. We solve problems by discussion, by dialogue, with diplomacy, and we sometimes have to agree to disagree, but we must do so peacefully and in respect for each other. Because if a war breaks out in the Caribbean, we will have some serious challenges in our respective countries. And we have an opportunity to prevent this from happening by adding our voices, that reason prevail and common sense come to our being, and let us work out our problems together. And of course, we in Barbados and Dominica, and indeed the wider Caribbean, offer ourselves as intermediators so that we can bring the two forces together. And let us understand that there can be common sense and agreement and disagreement. But we have to ensure that we do not have a situation of our region descending into turmoil. We have to speak to this. And I thank the Prime Minister for her wonderful and strong message yesterday to the Barbados Labour Party and indeed the entire world.
Do you think can they have any influence with President Trump at this time?
Well, Matt, it's always good for prime ministers to have lofty ambitions and goals and pronouncements. In this particular case, the zone of peace that we are all talking about has been in tatters for a long time. Because, Matt, the zone of peace is not just about aggression from a major power like the United States. Within our own countries, we have major problems with peace and the use of, you see what small arms and light weapons are doing to our societies. So we don't have peaceful societies anymore. You look at Jamaica and their crime problem. You look at other islands that have serious crime problems, Trinidad as well. It hasn't been a peaceful environment, the Caribbean. I mean, one has to, this notion of a zone of peace. You see, when that idea came up with people like the late Errol Barrow and Eric Williams, the Prime Minister of Trinidad, it was a time when, in the early phase of independence, and we had this concept of that we're not a satellite of anybody. Well, we are. We are actually in the U.S. sphere of influence. And the last example of why that zone of peace doesn't really matter is Grenada in 1983. The U.S. shattered that zone of peace idea. We haven't had an intervention since grenada in 1983. But the U.S. is not dormant. The U.S. is not sleeping. They're watching everything that's happening. And one of the things that has happened in the last 20 years is that China has really, its presence in the region has grown. And the U.S. is extremely uncomfortable with that. They haven't said much publicly, but they don't like it. And now they have to contend with Russia.
So, as somebody indicated earlier, so you think they're paying close attention to our international airport being built at this time?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And Matt, you know, and tonight I'll be expounding on some of that on Global View. But here's the thing that happened here. When Mr. Rubio met with the prime ministers of the Eastern Caribbean and the Bahamas in Washington, he made noise with them about them giving contracts. So we spoke for infrastructure projects like ports to Chinese companies. I mean, they're not happy at all that Chinese companies are building an airport in Dominica. And so they are of the view, and that is something for the administration in Dominica to answer. The U.S. is of the view that that airport is not being financed by passport money as we've made to believe.
Really?
That airport is financed by Chinese government. That is what the perception in Washington. I don't know if that's true, but that is what the U.S. government's view is. So one has to begin to look at, I mean, I'm beginning to wonder, are we going to see a Grenada 2 in Dominica, where the U.S. intervenes because an airport is being built by somebody they consider to be their adversary? Back then it was the Soviets and the Cubans.
Wow.
This time it's the Chinese.
So you wouldn't be surprised if that happens at all?
Well, Matt, I don't know what will come in the next few weeks, but I can simply say to the Dominican people that airport, we don't have enough information about its financing. And the government, I don't think, is telling us the truth about it, because to sell, you know how many passports they would have to sell to build that airport? More than the total population of the Dominican people. More than that. And we've already sold 50,000 passports.
Wow.
So, you know, we will become, there are a lot of things. Now, Mr. Skerritt said something that is important, and that is a U.S. intervention in the Caribbean will have negative implications. Yes, it's going to have negative implications for people. They will have a no-fly zone in the Caribbean, meaning that flights could be grounded. They will stop ships from moving from North America to South America to the Caribbean. Most of our food comes on boats now. We're not producing food in many of our countries. So the food is coming from America, from the United States. Will that affect shipping? We don't know. I mean, what we have is a naval blockade in the Caribbean with all of these U.S. naval ships. So it's a dynamic, Matt, and then tourism would be affected. I'm hearing the cruise lines already talking about when this thing blows up, they will not have their ships come into the Caribbean Sea because they might be in danger. So it could affect cruise tourism, it could affect flights, it could affect shipments of food from North America. We at a juncture where maybe the only thing that can temper it, Matt, is not the leaders trying to talk to Washington, but rather the nature. What is this hurricane that's unfortunately hitting our sister island of Jamaica could be a saving grace to temper the U.S. action in the region. Because, you know, Dominican Republic and Cuba are also going to get hit, and then the Bahamas. So maybe sometimes that could be divine intervention, maybe. I don't know, but...
Here's a question for you, Crispin. Here's a question for you. Somebody just sent to my phone. Very interesting. Is Cuba at risk now from the U.S. attack? Given all this U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean Sea, is Cuba at risk for a possible attack as well?
Matt, whoever wrote you that is thinking pretty much in the same lines that I'm thinking. I'm saying all of that firepower, I'm beginning to worry whether Cuba is in that equation. Because you see, there's enough U.S. Navy ships to do a blockade of Cuba.
Wow.
And they have tried that before. It failed only because the Russians, the Soviets at the time, put missiles in Cuba, and they said, if you bomb Cuba, we will use our nuclear weapons here. And Kennedy backed down, and then he told them, well, take out your missiles out of Cuba, otherwise we will go into Cuba, we will blockade Cuba and go in. I think, Matt, that person is quite perceptive. I'm not taking that one off the table at all.
Somebody said, I told you last week that the U.S. is looking at the airport as the Chinese military base. The U.S. will never, ever allow China to build a military base inside their doorstep. Oh, Mr. Crispin forgot to tell you that the U.S. has a nuclear-powered submarine in the Caribbean as well. So somebody has...
Oh, yes, that's correct, Matt. There is a nuclear-powered submarine in that mix. And I'm saying to myself, well, I know that some drug cartels have submarines too, but I don't think it's just for them. U.S. will get rid of them too, but I think that there's superpower considerations that come into play. It's not just the U.S. versus Venezuela. I think that the other two powers, Russia and China, are in the mix. I don't have enough information to confirm all of that, but that is part of the planning of the United States.
But I'm hearing also, too, and I reported that story this morning, that, given the tensions, Maduro has just suspended a gas deal with Trinidad and Tobago. So we're already seeing the ripple effects of this tension going on between Venezuela and Trinidad. So Maduro is now talking suspension of gas.
Right, and that has happened. Of course, the government in Trinidad and Tobago has been most amenable to the U.S. Plans and planned intervention, which means that it's drawn a wedge in the CARICOM. CARICOM, without Trinidad and Tobago, CARICOM is weakened in terms of its stance. And the Trinidadian government, they said, look, they have been affected by all of this cocaine transshipment into Trinidad and the crimes that it has spurned. So really, Trinidad feels aggrieved, and now they're pulling away from the CARICOM consensus. And then you have Guyana, which is also has a problem with Venezuela, because Venezuela claimed a good part of their territory, the Essequibo. And that issue is before the International Court of Justice. So, it's complicated. Now, Matt, here's something that I want to say to the Dominican people on this larger question of the intervention. I consider Venezuela our neighbor. Most Dominicans don't have that concept yet, but I think it's important for them to think of Venezuela as our neighbor, because we are the country that's closest to their bird island, or we say it's our island too, bird island. But Venezuela, Dominica must treat Venezuela as a neighbor.
Before you get there, because the question has been coming up every day: who owns Bird Island? That's a very important question. People need to know the answer.
Well, the Venezuelans have sovereignty over Bird Island, and that sovereignty was recognized by the United States, the Netherlands, France, all of the powers in the Caribbean, the major European powers. They all recognized Venezuelan sovereignty over Bird Island. All of that happened before we were independent. However, after independence, one of the newest international treaties that came to play is the Law of the Sea Convention. And Bird Island is not an island; it's a sandbank. It's called, and for those people who want to study about Bird Island, they should look for Isla de Aves, Aves, the word in Spanish for bird. Isla de Aves. That's how Venezuelans know that place. They don't know Bird Island. So our late Prime Minister Rosie Douglas, he raised the issue of Bird Island as part of our territory. But really, what we have under the law of the sea, the Bird Island or Isla de Aves falls in our 200 miles of economic zone on our west coast. Isla de Aves or Bird Island is only 80 miles of our west coast. It's in our 200 miles economic zone. The good news for us is that because it's not an island, islands don't, rocks and sandbanks don't have territorial waters. Whereas we as an island, we have 12 miles of sea on both sides, north, south, east, and west. For Bird Island has no claim to water space. They happen to be in our zone. So we have to treat them as a neighbor and say to them, look, any development there has to be joint. You can't be chasing our fishermen from Bird Island. That is unacceptable practice. But the problem that we have is that Prime Minister Skerritt, very early in his tenure, he said we have no legal problem with Venezuela over Isla de Aves or Bird Island. But that is not the case. So we do have a legal issue with them, and that is that little island is in our 200-mile economic zone. And Matt, you know what they did there? They built a naval base there on pillars. Venezuelans built a naval base on Bird Island on pillars, right? And so, and I understand that the top brass of the military, that's where they have weddings and all of that and so on. But the point is that I have seen reports that say that the area around Bird Island is one of the largest gas deposits in the Caribbean.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And Matt, if there is gas to be developed, Dominica has to be involved in co-ownership or some ownership of whatever is developed there. But it's not just gas. There's a lot of fish there. There are turtles there. There are birds on the island. But anyway, we will. I think in the future, Dominica as a state will have to raise these issues with the Venezuelan government in time. But right now, our present government doesn't see a problem on it.
Let me just make a point there. Somebody was pointing out.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at S-Mart. Shop smart at S-Mart. Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart. Top up flow. Smart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Smart. Much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality services. Unlimited docking. The best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
I'm sure we'll continue that discussion at the lunchtime hour. It's time now for Eastside Trading.
Just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy, perfect for all uses, for drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk, Available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available wholesale and retail at Esau Trading Limited. That means nice, boy. Esau Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk, milky, milky milk.
Messieurs, mesdames, it's time to celebrate Dominica's 47th Independence celebration with Esau Trading Limited. Shop $47 and over and get a chance to win $3,000 worth of vouchers. First prize winners receive a $500 voucher. Second prize winners $300 voucher. Third prize winners $200 voucher. And 20 vouchers will be available at $100 each. Messieurs, vidi, tout le monde to Esau Trading Limited. All senior citizens will receive a 15% discount every Wednesday from October 15th to November 25th, 2025. All loyalty card holders, every Tuesday and Thursday, you will receive double points. Now, all customers interested in buying 1 packet of Hare's Deep Dish Pizza 6 ounce or Hare's Restaurant Style 9 ounce will get 1 ounce packet free with a honey cheese flavor or barbecue flavor potato chip. Papa met 10% off 8 packet 1 ounce air snacks. Hurry! These fantastic offers ends 15th November 2025. You see what I started on you, Dominica? Esau Trading Limited is really here for you. Esau Trading Limited 47th Independence Celebration is on. Shop $47 and over and get a chance to win $3,000 worth of vouchers. First prize winners receive a $500 voucher. Second prize winners $300 voucher. Third prize winners $200 voucher. And 20 vouchers will be available at the value of $100 each. This Independence season, Esau Trading Limited is offering senior citizens 15% discount every Wednesday from October 15th to November 25th, 2025. Also, loyalty card holders will receive double points every Tuesday and Thursdays. And customers who purchase 1 packet of Hare's Deep Dish Pizza 6 ounce or Hare's Restaurant Style 9 ounce will get a 1 ounce packet free honey cheese flavored or barbecue flavored potato chip. You will also get 10% off 8 packet 1 ounce Hare's snacks. Hurry, this offer ends on November 15th, 2025. Esau Trading Limited. We are here for you.
Be safe and be prepared. Be a smart shopper this hurricane season. Shop at S-Mart.
No, not at this point in time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just about now it's time for us to do some business downtown with our favorite DJ. It's that time again when we go down to Esau Trading downtown on the corner of Kennedy Avenue and Bayfront Damien Jr. Charles Boulevard in the center city of the sweet Cinderella City. That's called Roseau. Just received fully auto washing machines, 10 kilogram to 15 kilogram, from $1,895 to $2,675. Not forgetting the West Point refrigerators from $875 to $4,450 only at Esau Trading. Display chillers from $2,900 to $5,875. If you're looking for microwaves, 20 liter and 28 liter, from $375 to $605. It's at Esau Trading. Commercial popcorn machines, only $950. Deep fryers, $225. Electric ovens from $375 to $510. Gas stove, 4 burners and 6 burners from $850 to $1,495. The Config Car Portable AC air conditioning unit, 8,000 BTU, has $1,695. 10,000 BTU, $2,055. And the 12,000 BTU, $2,175. Only at Esau Trading. Just received fresh.
Well, so we got to prepare, got to prepare.
Still continuing to tell you what's happening at Eastside Trading. As you know, the ambassador himself, Leroy Wadix Charles, is still on some working vacation. But we're still here on 47th anniversary of independence celebrations. Sharp $47 and over. And you get a chance at Eastside Trading to win $3,000 worth of vouchers. The first prize, a $500 voucher. Second prize, $300 voucher. Third prize, $200 voucher. And 20 vouchers of $100 each. Senior citizens at Eastside Trading, you get an instant discount every Wednesday. And that started October 15, going up until November 25, 2025. Don't forget your loyalty card holder. Every Tuesday and Thursday, double points. You heard me right. Double points. Buy one packet of Hers Deep Dish Pizza 6 ounce or Hers Restaurant Style 9 ounce and get 1 ounce packet free as honey cheese 1 ounce or barbecue flavored potato chips 1 ounce. 10% off the big 8 packets of 1 ounce Hers snacks. Hurry, offer ends 15th November 2025. Only at Eastside Trading. And by the way, back in stock. Hey, Sam, heads up, people. Heads up, people. Sapolio dishwashing liquid. Tough on grease. Gentle on hands. Facts on Sapolio dishwashing liquids includes its tough on grease. It's gentle on hands. Effective cleaning. Trusted brand. Available in 300 milliliter. Lemon, $4.95. The apple and lemon, $5.95. The apple and lemon, 750 milliliter, $7.95. And the 1250 milliliter apple and lemon is only $13.25. Sapolio dish paste make tough dishwashing jobs easy. Remember the name, it's Sapolio dish paste. It cuts the grease and grime, leaving your dishes sparkling clean. Yes, just like the sweet music of the serenade. Prices, don't forget, only $3 and $4.50 respectively. Eastside Trading, Sapolio mold and mildew cleaner. You know, still in the rainy season, we could send some of those from Dominica at Eastside Trading. We send some to Jamaica at this point in time because it's so affordable here for us, thanks to Eastside Trading. It removes stubborn mold and mildew as a result of the rains that fell in Jamaica. For your tiles and your showers and your walls in Dominica will help you restore and sparkle at your living, your bathroom spotless, and all of the other places radiant and sparkling. That's what can happen for you when you come to Dominica and you ask, where is Eastside Trading? Everybody knows that this is a treasure spot for great savings, great bargains, and absolute variety. Next day, will you remember me? I have no idea what he's saying, but nevertheless. The Polio Kitchen Cleaner removes grease and dirt without rinsing. Safe for use on various kitchen surfaces, including the countertops, your stoves, and your sinks. Available in lemon and orange, only $6.95. Amor fabric, hidden name Amor. It almost sounds like the Prime Minister of Barbados' middle name, Mia Amor. Motley. Whatever this one is a fabric softener. Fabric softener, fabric Amor. It removes static cling and leaves clothes feeling gentle on skin, like the song that's playing here right now. Long-lasting fragrance, available in 1,000 milliliter and 5 liter. Fragrance, the baby, the floral, and the lavender. Get your Amor fabric softener today and experience the comfort of soft, fresh clothes. Alka Foods, your partner in breakfast cereals and beyond. New products, breakfast cereals, cornflakes, granola in 20, 300, and 500 grams and 1 kilogram. Cereal bars in single and 3 packets. Baby food powder in oats. 5 cereals with fruits and wheat and honey. Chocolate powder mix in 200 gram, 400 gram, 1 kilogram. protein bars in singles and 3 packets. Rich and delicious flavors. It's the chocolate powder only available at Isa Trading. And going fast, going good, really going good. It meets your budget. It's very high quality cocoa made with premium cocoa powder for a deep and rich flavor. Great taste, better price, perfect for delicious and nutritious hot drinks, morning, afternoon, and evening. Enjoyed by everyone, all ages, all places, all times. The better chocolate mix, and best price on the market. Available in Choco Bowl powder, 200 grams, $695. $6.95, $7.95. $15.95, and the jar itself, apart from the packets, is just $8.95. Remember, the name is Choco Bowl powder. Available now only at Isa Trading. It's now 10:38. This is the hot spot for the Thursday morning every week down on the bayfront in Roseau, the Commonwealth of the beautiful island of Dominica. They call it Dominica. Yes, it's some people say Dominica. Well, it's Dominica. We can say Dominica. Where you from about Dominica? Come on, nevertheless. But when you come to Dominica, please ask for where's Isa Trading. Yes, and don't forget, Caneville spot is going to be opening and bubbling lively, and the sun is going to be like almost like a 24-hour shopping center mall. The biggest, the baddest, the grandest is going to be here, and that's just for you at Isa Trading coming up in Caneville. That's right. Almost like 24. Tell him you heard something. Tell him you overheard something on the radio. All right. They're talking about everybody living in Virgin Lane. I think somebody left some oil from Isa Trading, but actually it's a land extra virgin oil, olive oil at that, 100% extra virgin lane olive oil in Dominica, cold pressed from maximum flavor and nutrition, rich in antioxidants and uncle healthy fats, perfect for cooking, baking, or for finishing touches to your favorite recipes. Available in 500 milliliters, $22.50. 1 liter, $45. Best price on the market in Dominica. Only at Isa Trading. Only at Isa Trading. Only at Isa Trading.
Just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy. Perfect for all uses, for drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk, available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk, available wholesale and retail at Isa Trading Limited. That means nice, boy. Isa Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk, milky, milky, milky milk.
And girl, you know I'm thinking about you. And girl, you know I'm thinking about you. Yeah, I'm getting out so far. You know I'm getting out to the and I will bring you anywhere. I will bring you anywhere.
Écoutez, baby, même si nous toujours capachés, c'était le même nous qui voyageait, découvert toute la terre la terre. Donc, maintenant, descendiez, donc, filmez bon, c'est baby, ou peut-être même aller derrière ça là.
And this is one of the fast rhythm ones here in the D Dominica Reading Box 2025. This is the Dominica and her snacks, deliciously better. Craving something crunchy, flavorful, and satisfying? Look no further than her snacks, only available at Isa Trading. A wide range of tasty treats include potato chips, honey cheese curls, barbecue chips, extra hot curls, red hot chips, as low as $2.95 per packet. Why choose hers? Made with high quality ingredients, unique and delicious flavors, perfect for snacking on the go or sharing with friends and family. Try her snacks today and taste the difference, baby. The independent season is still bubbling hot. It's in fact we just going towards the home stretch. It's not yet November 3rd. Antigua is November 1. Dominica is November 3. this independent season. Get all your great wines at East Trading Limited from 1995. Carousel red wine, Carousel red semi-sweet, Carousel white wine, Finca Lomil Chardonnay, Finca Lomil Cabernet Sauvignon, Finca Lomil Merlot, Finca Lomil Shiraz. 5% alcohol wine, only $29.95, only at East Trading. The Tunda Frizzante Rose and the Tunda Frizzante Verde. That's only available at East Trading. And for the church dinners, school activities, get your 100% free, 0% non-alcoholic wine, only $27.95. Available in sparkling red grape mist and white grape, only at East Trading. One of my favorite parts of the song. Yes, disposable containers, spoons, forks, 60 ounce and 120 ounce cups, round and rectangular black soup bowls, double covers at the lowest prices on the market. Only at East Trading. Aluminum disposable baking pans with lids from mini to extra large. Prices as low as 95 cents to $9.99. Get your black plastic bags also to go as well. Only $4.50, $5.50, $12.95. And remember, this is a big one, baby Elizabeth. Remember, all loyalty card holders today. Today is double points. Today, you get double points. So shop today at East Trading. It's double points Thursday. As you hear my voice running down to East Trading, if you were to get 5, you get 10. 20, you get 40. If you get 30, you get 60. If you had 10, you get 20. If you had 15, you get 30. Double for your trouble. Only at East Trading. You boy like that. Visit us today at our 3 locations. The Silver Market, the corner of Kennedy Avenue and Bayfront, telephone 440-44. Let's take it again. 440-4040. 440-4040. 440-4040 or 616-6910. Don't you forget the showroom, household and furniture department that's upstairs the supermarket. Your telephone number is 440-0205 or 316-1256. Let me just remind you of what we have. All right, take a look upstairs here. Come with me. You see in this corner here, we have got a fully auto washing machine. So take a look at those, the 10 gram, this one here, and this one over there is a 15 gram. That's right. And this one was $1,895, and this one here is $2,675. You can have any one of those. These depending on your need and your availability of cash and steady cash flow, but doesn't matter. You work with us at East Trading, and we'll make sure that you get your West Point refrigerators at range from anywhere from $800 to $4,000. Your display chillers from $2,000 up to $5,000. You're looking for microwaves? We've got that as low as $375 up to $600. Commercial popcorn machines. No, that's a great investment for the holidays and your deep fries for your chicken. Electric ovens, to make your bread and so on. That's right. Yeah, you can get that for about $375 to $510. And of course, not forgetting the gas stove, 4 burners, your 6 burners from $850 to $1495. And don't forget the comfy pot. Look on this side right here. Come. Yeah, follow me a little. Yeah, you see those over there? Right, these are the portable. Portable, you heard me. Yeah, you can walk if it then. That's right. It's portable. Air conditioned. 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. Come and check us out only at East Trading. Visit us today at the 3 locations I just mentioned. And of course, the wholesale department, the Canefield Industrial side at 449 3636 or 613 7777. Remember to apply for your loyalty card. Check the supervisor at the front desk is done one time. How the loyalty card works? Well, every time you make a purchase, you give the cashier your card to scan before payment. Every item equals to 1 point. When you reach 500 points, you receive $15 off your purchase. Then it starts all over again. Remember to look out for all our store special. News comes up at lunchtime at 12. It's now 10:48 and counting this Thursday morning. Matt Party continues in a short while from now. Until then, that's it for me and our special edition of the Eastside Trading Special that continues located in the corner of the Kennedy Avenue and the Bayfront Dame, Eugenia Charles Boulevard. Saying good morning to all the staff members on the lower floor, and that's in the shopping center. Every one of these lovely ladies, of course, being watched over the capable hands of security. White House tight, with jammers, always jamming security. White House cameras working, satellites, drones, all of these in the arsenal right there of the one and only jammers. Bonafide, certified, qualified security, White House type. 10:48 in Compton. Okay, I'll see you again shortly. Matt is coming. Bye-bye. Brought to you through the kind compliments of Eastside Trading. I think I have Richie here to tell me something.
Just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy, perfect for all uses, for drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk, available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk, available wholesale and retail at Esau Trading Limited. That means nice, boy. Esau Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk,
Messieurs, mesdames, it's time to celebrate Dominica's 47th independence celebration with Esau Trading Limited. Shop $47 and over and get a chance to win $3,000 worth of vouchers. First prize winners receive a $500 voucher. Second prize winners $300 voucher. Third prize winners $200 voucher. And 20 vouchers will be available at $100 each. Messieurs,